This is Trend Following Radio, where great thinking comes alive. Nobel Prize winners, legendary traders, best-selling authors, and the pros that know what drive us irrational human beings. I am your host, Michael Covel. Not filtered, raw, honest. That's my passion. I'm going to go in for part 2. Perhaps this is part 3, part 4. Maybe it's part 500. I'm not sure. I'm going to be patient. That's what I have to do. If I want to get this idea across, what is this idea? Price action. I've put this in my book before, my book Trend Following. What are the 3 best indicators? 1, price. 2, price. 3, price. I talk about price action nonstop, but I've been doing this for a long time. I've got a blind spot. I don't think the vast majority of the population out there understands the idea that you can look at prices of a market. That market could be, for example, Tesla. So let's say all you could look at was the price history of Tesla. And let's just assume all you could see was the closing price each day of Tesla. So now you are on the hypothetical desert island. All you have is a piece of paper, and on that piece of paper, it tells you the closing price for Tesla for each day, each trading day, Monday through Friday. But you don't even know it's Tesla. Now really think about what I'm telling you. That's all you've got. The closing price of some unknown market. We know it's Tesla, but the people on the desert island don't. Now, can you trade that if you have no contact with the outside world? I mean, outside world, if you got to call your broker to place a trade, yes. But conceptually, can you trade Tesla without knowing the name Tesla, without knowing anything about Tesla? And the only thing you have are numbers. 5 numbers per week. That's it. 5 numbers per week. 20 per month. Can you trade this rocket ship of a stock who has led to the crazy success of Elon Musk? Can you do it? Is that enough information? Now, some of you might be thinking, what are you talking about? How could you possibly do that? Because you're no longer investing. You're playing a video game for all intents and purposes. You're not investing like the silly textbooks show you in the MBA program or your business administration program or your finance textbook. None of that matters. Remember, the whole premise here is you're on a desert island. You don't have anything except the closing price. You should be seeing it doesn't matter what you're trading. It could be Tesla. It could be gold. It could be Apple. It could be soybeans. It could be silver. It could be crypto. It doesn't matter. Why do I lay this foundation out? I get an email today from somebody saying, look, here's an attached screenshot of what I've been trying to do in terms of entry, exit into trend following. This is a client of mine. And trying to get his entry down. So I open up his chart that he sends me. Now, I'm not trying to be a jerk here. Hopefully he's listening. I'm using it as an instructive example. I'm not trying to make fun of anybody because I sure as hell probably did not understand this when I first saw it many years ago. So I open up the chart and it's a mess of candlestick formations, Japanese candlestick formations, completely irrelevant, not useful. So I say that. I go back and I tell him, what is all this? You don't need any of this. This doesn't help you. I was very clear. I said, kill the candles. They're irrelevant and useless. I said, it's not part of trend following. He came back and he said, okay, Michael, are the candles not just a tool, a visual aid, if you will, to see the current trend? if not charts, how do you spot the trend? There are charts in your books, on your blog, etc. That's a big blind spot. Sure, I can put a chart up, and it is a visual aid, but I don't have any rules in my instruction that say, go look at a candlestick or go pull up a chart. How do you use that information, which is just representative of the price points themselves? Because if you're on that desert island, you can keep track of the prices in the sand, and you can connect each price point with your finger in the sand. But if you don't have the price point, if you don't have the foundation, it doesn't make a difference. So it's kind of like, well, okay, we can look at the chart, but so what? We're not making our decisions off a chart. We're making our decisions off price. Because when you crunch the numbers, so to speak, in your trend following approach, you have to look at things like average true range, a volatility measure. You don't look at 15 charts to come up with a volatility measure. You look at price data for each day to come up with your volatility measure. Now, of course, when I read his email, I think, well, visual aid, what does that mean exactly? Then he says he wants to see the current trend. What does the current trend mean exactly? Then he says he wants to spot the trend. Now, I'm going to paraphrase a little bit from Ed Seykota. I think this is from Ed. How do you know that you've got a trend until it's over? Because if you want to spot a trend, you're trying to predict a trend. If you want to predict a trend, you're not trend following. You're trying to predict a trend. Completely different thing. I don't know anybody in my world that predicts trends. They don't do that. That's not how they make their money. That's not how all of the legends in all of my books have done well. They don't predict trends. They follow trends. It's a big freaking damn difference. Let's say you take an entry. You're out on the desert island. Let's say a plane flies over each day, and that plane flies over and it blinks at you one price point. So even though you don't know it's Tesla, when that plane flies over each day, it tells you the closing price of Tesla. You write it down in the sand. So at the end of the week, you have 5 price points. At the end of the week, let's just assume it's not even Tesla, it's whatever, doesn't make a difference. Let's assume that all 5 price points were equal. 100, 100, 100, 100, 5. I don't know if I counted right there, but 5. 5 days, all the same price. No movement. Whatever stock it is that you're following on your desert island, getting your signals from the plane, there's no movement. Then the weekend comes. You go party on your desert island all by yourself. Monday's back. The plane is flying over again. 100 on Monday, 100 on Tuesday, 100 on Wednesday, 100 on Thursday. On Friday, the price jumps to 120. There. Now you have some momentum, some movement. Now, it's a little bit shorter in terms of an entry that I would like to see for a trend following system, but let's just use it as an example. Kind of relatively short days breakout, so to speak. Now you enter. The market has gone sideways. It's hit your signal, this kind of short-term breakout, not what I would recommend, just using it for example. Now you are in Tesla. You don't know it's Tesla. You're on the desert island, remember? But you're in Tesla now. You've bought it. Now what? Did you just predict anything? Do you know what's going to happen next? I don't. None of the legends in my books know what's going to happen next. All you've done is buy Tesla. That's it. You bought the damn thing. You don't know what's going to happen next. No idea. You bought it because it showed some momentum. Now, of course, in the real world, you need to have a portfolio structure in the sense that you can't just be trading one market alone. But I'm trying to get across the point here of price alone, just using price alone. So now you're in this Tesla. You're long. You don't know what's going to happen next. What do? You don't do a damn thing. So next week, the price is starting off at 120, boom, 130, 140, 150. By Friday, it's at 200. So in 1 week, you've gone from 120 to 200. Now what? Does this mean you've got a trend? Well, for the last week we do. What is that telling us? Well, we've not exited yet. We don't have an exit signal. Why would we exit a market that is moving up, that we took a long entry in? The whole idea with trend following is to follow that price action. And it's gone from 120 to 200 in a week. We're not doing anything. Weeks go by. It jumps to 300, 400, 500. Literally, as we all know, that's a legitimate price action movement in some markets in the last 1 year. Slightly insane, but guess what? Slightly insane is still real money. So let's say in our hypothetical case, we're into it a couple months. And now the market is at 500. The market, you're getting 5 price points, 5 closing price points per week. All you're getting. Now, it's still at 500. Let's say it stays there for a couple weeks. Now what? Has the trend broken down? Has the trend stopped? Those are not the right questions. The only questions that should be pertinent to you, has your stop been hit? If your stop hasn't been hit, you're long. You don't fight it. This is the whole idea. Let your profits run on. Cut your losses short. In the example I'm giving you right now, I'm not predicting a damn thing. I'm not pretending to have any kind of fundamental knowledge. I'm playing a game. And the game is, I want to follow the momentum of the crowd. And the momentum of the crowd is represented in the price action. Every damn thing in the world, from a trend following perspective, every damn psychological defect, every piece of fundamental information, every business decision, every piece of CNBC and Bloomberg News, everything is already embedded in the price. So if you need to make a decision about buying and selling, why not just go straight to the central issue, which is price? And I'd like to think this is straightforward. And maybe I'm not explaining it good enough. Now, of course, I've reached many people over the years. I've reached hundreds of thousands of people over the years in my books and my training, etc. But some people don't get this. And why? Why would they not get it? Because even though I try to exist over here on this one side of the equation, very straightforward, very pragmatic, because on the other side of the equation are all kinds of P.T. Barnum circus-like voices telling everyone about where the trend is going to go, where the market's going to go. They've got a secret. They've got a prediction. They can read the tea leaves. They can read the tape. No, they can't. There's no evidence they can. Just because you can find a lottery winner doesn't mean that however that lottery winner picked his or her numbers, that there is a system that you can mimic or model. People probably think that there is. There's not. So don't get confused by it. Sure, somebody might put an example up and say, look at this chart, a market or a trading system's equity curve moved up or moved down. But that's not how you make decisions. How do you plug a chart into a trading system? A trading system is based on numbers. Charts are based on numbers. Don't get seduced by the bullshit. Charts and candlesticks and Elliott waves and Gann this and whatever other nonsense. I know I sound like I'm beating a dead horse here, so to speak. That's probably not politically correct in this day and age, but you know what? I don't give a shit. I'm so tired of this woke crap. I've met so many damn losers in the last handful of years that took this woke pill, swallowed it whole, and they don't even know their name anymore. Literally just brain dead. The way I look at it, I don't care what color you are, what gender you are, what sex you are. I don't give one rat's ass. And if you care, that's great. Just don't bother me with that information. What I care about is to share with like-minded people. And when I do share with like-minded people, like I have for 20 plus years, often it's an email. And guess what? An email, I don't know what color you are. I don't know what race you are. I might know what country you are from occasionally. But generally, I don't know anything. I don't know shit. All I know is the intellectual connection with another human being. That's it. That's how I judge you. Hopefully that's how you judge me. Look, just because I'm as hot as Brad Pitt, actually, of course, I'm not. But I want to be judged on the intellectual level. So do you. So I feel sorry for a lot of people these days wasting their damn time. Whether they're wasting their time applying a bunch of other shit to trend following that doesn't really help them and only confuses them, or people that are applying a bunch of other social shit to their life that does not help them to move forward. The only thing that can help you to move forward is for you to reach down and pull your boots on, look in the mirror, and take personal responsibility. If you're not willing to do that, okay, I'll grant you, give up and let the government take care of you. What a fucking solution. If you want to do that, go for it. I have nothing more to do with you if you want to go that direction because I'm bored with that. That's not interesting. What's interesting is the person that comes from nowhere or the person that comes from somewhere and makes something big happen. That's interesting. That's exciting. We all know this is true, but a lot of people have been seduced by the shortcut. Don't be seduced by the shortcut. Take the shortcut and kick the shortcut in the ass. Open your mind, keep a pliable mind, an adaptable mind, and kick some ass. That's fun. We all want to have fun, and you can't have fun with a closed mind. I sent out a newsletter the other day, and I will remind other people to do it too. 3 podcast episodes you should check out. First one, Ed Secoda's number 2 episode on my show, Tom Basso's mega episode, which is episode 400, and Larry Height's episode 900. If you want a little bit of that trend-following psychology, a little bit of that trend-following mindset, that's it. Those 3 guys are laying it on the table. Oh, one more. I should not forget him. Check out all of his episodes on my podcast. Jerry Parker, the most successful of the original Turtles. Now, if you can't take a little bit of wisdom from this particular monologue of me ranting and raving, a very calm, cool ranting and raving with hopefully some very concrete perspectives. But if that's not enough, please go listen to my 4 friends on my podcast and let them give you a little bit of that trend following fire hose to the mouth. Because when you're feeling a little stupid, when you're feeling a little dumb, when you're feeling like you don't get it, you know what you should do? Reach out for other smart people. Listen to what they have to say. Listen to how they say it. Listen to their tone. Watch their mind work. Watch Ed Secoda's mind work. Watch Tom Basso's mind work. Watch Larry Height's mind work. Watch Jerry Parker's mind work. Sure, listen to exactly what they say. Watch how they think. Watch the gears move. You'll learn a lot. Or you know what? You won't learn a lot because maybe this just ain't for you. Maybe you're kind of a loser. Maybe you shouldn't be doing this. Tune me out. Don't suffer listening to somebody like me that smacks you upside of the head. Just go get in line. Let the government give you a little bit of candy each week and pat you on the head and tell you how wonderful you are. And you can sit around with all your woke friends and hold hands in a big circle and kumbaya all damn night long. So I definitely want to issue an apology that I'm not very good at kumbaya. I'm not on the woke team. And all I can do is try my level-headed best to give a little trend-following education. And today, I hope for some folks out there, there was an aha moment about just using the damn price. I see a time when those awake will understand how to make money in up, down, and surprise markets. Whether new trader or experienced, college student or financial advisor, protecting against a crash or just trying to make a lot of money, trend following offers everyone an answer in uncertain times. To get started immediately, send me an email, michael@covel.com. I will send you the right trend following steps to take along with my free video. But if you want to buy and hold, trust the government and trust Wall Street, this is absolutely not for you.